This is Japan, world's third largest and the most advanced economy in the world. A country where you will find people over 90 much more fit than us. That's why it's also known as the world's most healthiest country. Japan is a country where you will find zero crime while walking around. It has top quality education and tremendous lifestyle, which makes Japan an ideal country to live. That's what you will think, but there is a dark, terrible reality behind it. A reality which only few people talk about. The truth that I am going to expose in this video, and a reality which can make Japan collapse in the near future. Many people have forgotten this, but in 1980, everyone was considering Japan is the next upcoming superpower. Everyone was thinking that Japan is going to replace America very soon and will control the world's economy as in the same manner as China is doing today. Well, America was scared as fuck. They even made movies like The Rising Sun, Die Hard, and one of my favorites, Blade Runner, which showed that how Japanese corporation can easily take over America. A big reason for this fear was the impressive growth that Japan had achieved in very few years. At that time, Japan's economy model was considered much better and stronger than those of Western countries, including America itself. Japan's stock market was at its all-time best. The Japanese products were known as the best all over the world, be it cars, electronics, medical devices, or even anime. At that time, people in Japan knew that as soon as they graduate, they are going to get a job and then life would be set. Because a job at that time was a permanent job or until you die. Japan was literally unstoppable and was world's second largest economy by 1990. But then something happened. Something that was going to change Japan's future and was going to put a full stop at this fast growth. Japan was the first country in the entire world to experience such economic boom. Real estate was going up, banks were making huge amount of money, and also stock market, it was at its peak. Banks were handing out loan like it was nothing. They weren't even asking the simple questions. They were just like, you want loan? How much? 2 million? Go to desk 3 and pick it up. Japan was living its dream, which was going to burst. And then it happened. The bubble burst between 1990 and 1991. Japan's stock market fell 43% and the real estate prices went up 50%. Because of unlimited supplies of loans from bank, people built zombie companies which went bankrupt years ago but were running and were never closed because of unlimited supplies of money. The market collapsed so badly that no one wanted to invest in it. Japan went from an economic tiger to a stray cat. But such highs and lows are very common, right? What exactly happened that turned Japan from Usain Bolt to Stephen Hawking in terms of speed of growth, except the Hawking from Epstein Island? Something happened to Japan that ruined an entire generation. And to understand this problem and why this happened, we need to understand the job culture of Japan. In Japan, your career starts with Shoshuku Katsudo. No, it's not some kind of dish you heard in your anime. Shoshuku Katsudo means job hunting or job searching. In Japan, every single candidate has to go through this procedure to get a job. And if you fail, you have to wait, I don't know for how much years, or even if you can get a job. After clearing so much interviews and passing this tough procedure, you get a job, and a job which you can keep for your entire lifetime. And in Japanese culture, leaving your job is considered so bad. No, it's not a law, but in their culture, it's considered so bad that if you leave your first job, you might not even get a second job. The thing is, because of their culture, you get stuck with your first job for your entire lifetime. And the job market is so rigid, you cannot even risk losing your first job. This was the same procedure before 1990, and this is the same today. After the big crisis of 1991, companies stopped hiring for 14 years. All of the people who graduated from 1990 and afterwards did not got any job till 2004. And when the companies started hiring again in 2004, all of these people were over 30 and most of them were over 40. And now nobody wanna hire them. Why, you ask? Because of the fresh graduate rule. This wasn't few people, this was a whole generation, about 20 million people, which is also known as the lost generation of Japan. Some of these people started working on low paying jobs, but most of them became Hikikomori, which is a very famous term for shut ins in Japanese. Most of them started living with their parents and surviving on what little money they got from them. Imagine a man between 35 to over 45 living with his parents. Well, it's a nightmare for American parents. These people stay in their room all day long, watching TV, reading their mangas, or even watching hentai. Well, this is where Japan's second problem start. No, not the hentai. As I told you in the start of this video that Japanese people live a very long life, because of which 30% of Japanese population is filled with people over 60, which is also why Japan is also known as super aging country. And because of the lost generation and their financial stability, most of them did not got married, because of which the birth rate of Japan is very low. And what happens when 20 million, let's say half, 10 million people did not get married? Of course, the birth rate drops. Well, it's not America or Europe where you will have kids without getting married. No, Cristiano Ronaldo was harmed with this comment. See? And if we describe the birth rate of Japan in normal words, it's 7 babies per 1,000 person. That's crazy low. And a lot of these Hikikomori people are in depression. Not the white kind of depression where you will fell in depression for you losing your nails. Anyways, and because of this depression, a lot of them are committing suicides. The suicide rate of Japan is so much high that it's crazy to think about it. And even in 2023, there were more than 22,000 suicides recorded in Japan. 22,000. Even today, as I am speaking, there are more than 2 million shut-ins in Japan, and more than 20% of youth has stopped working, which has a huge impact on the economy of the country and even the society. And think about it, what would happen if 20% of your youth stopped working and shut themselves off from the country? Comment your opinions in the comment box and let me know. Even the government of Japan is really concerned about this matter. They are trying hard to help out these people, but nothing is working. In my opinion, the roots of this problem takes us back to the same rigid job culture, where you will have to go through a really tough system to get a job. And even if you get a job, you get imprisoned by the same company. And if you don't, you are added into the same lost generation, and the number of that lost generation is increasing every single year. Can Japan really overcome this matter, or the lost generation will be the reason of Japan's downfall and the end? Well, only time can tell us that. What I want right now is you to comment your opinion about your country and Japan and let me know what you think. And now, if you like the video, please hit that subscribe button as hard as you want to hit your post. Or if you are a shut-in, please subscribe for the sake of your mangas. Arigato gozaimasu. Sayonara. Till next time.